Hello, my name is Swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Gerber applegate, covert, the switchblade, the automatic knife variation. This knife here is used. We don't have any box for that knife. It shows a bit of the wear and tear, but is still in a pretty good shape. I took that knife apart and looked inside. Unfortunately, the construction that they selected is not too well. It is absolute hard to reassemble. The problem is and I hope the camera see that inside here we have like a washer on that side and the same washer on the other side. Those washers each has two ears. We see that here on the right side, that ear, and on the left side there a little bit of that ear too. Hopefully the camera see that. Those together with a cutout where the button is, so as the washer comes there it has a bit of cutout like this, and those washers are in military says on the liner. This is a construction that we have steel liners plus aluminum scales. There it's a sandwich construction, so the spring is in a usual fashion in halfway in the blade, in the center of the blade, and through the liner in the aluminum, and that is absolute hard to align, to put back together there with all those parts, and that those ears of the washer need to be in the correct position to reassemble the knife without that the part of the mainspring gonna slip out of the hole that is in the blade in the middle. On top of that, this side we have the screw. On the other side it's like a privet hole in the middle. If you remove the screw, there is alignment part that needs to be in alignment, that you can put it back together, and that is also moving as you push the blade in a certain position to reassemble the knife. So it's about 3-4 parts that needs to be aligned to put that back together, and that's relatively tough to do. Just saying, I saw in my lifetime way better constructions and designs of switchblade than this one here. If it is together and it works, then it's good and right, but if you need to take it apart for cleaning, for whatever, that's going to be tough to, or more tough than usually to put back together. So that's just as a warning. The knife itself is a typical push button. We have that big push button here. We see part inside there holding the blade in the open and the closed position, coupled with the safety. Unfortunately, also the safety works in the wrong direction. Like this should be the fire position that you can press the button, but it's the locking position, so you need to push that back and then you can press the button to open the knife. Ergonomic not too well. The pocket clip is a deep carry pocket clip. That feature is relatively nice. The aluminium handle is hard anodized and in a black color that works. We have the metal liners relatively sharp inside there. They got cut with the laser, or it looks like it is with a laser on the finish on the side there on the edge, but they were not put in a stone wash or anything. They are really sharp, and we see there is already some of the black finish going off on the edge of that used knife. The blade on this version is in a S30V steel. That's a really good quality that they did select. The black finish is relatively durable too. As best as I know, you only get that knife in a combination edge variation. The combo edge is a bit too long on it, as well as we see it with the regular version of the covert, the covert applegate variation. As this is a switchblade that is made in USA at the Gerber plant. So the action of it on this one, it works pretty good. It's also relatively fast. What you do is simply you can lock it with the safety, then you can't open it. You can unlock it and then you press the button to open it. Then for closing it, you need to press the button again and close it. That's all what there is. Of course, in the open position, to have a secondary lock, you can also put the safety forward. For my big hand, it is still nice and comfortable to hold in the hand, so that works pretty well. The spring could be a bit faster compared to some other switchblades that I have. That could be a little bit faster. Again, this one is a used knife, so maybe in a newer variation it would be faster. As we look at the original version of the knife, we have here the covert knife. We see there is a little bit a difference. The blade length and style is pretty much the same. We see, of course, the hump on the top here is gone because that is a switchblade that was not needed. We also see the serration on the switchblade variation below is longer than the regular one. I like that variation better, but they somehow selected a longer serrated part here for whatever reason. We see that is basically until here it would have been, and they have 3 waves more. The size is pretty much the same. The handle is a little bit longer, like 5-6 millimeters. Thickness is also relative the same, but we see there is already difference by the pocket clip. By the regular variation, a little bit more of the knife handle will stand out of the pocket. The switchblade variation has a complete deep carry pocket clip, so it's pretty much flush with the top of the handle. We also have the Gerber part on the clip. The smaller clip here on the manual version of the covert is plain and has nothing on it. Then last, the difference between the regular, the combat folder, the big one. We see the knife is a bit smaller, as that would be with the manual opening variation as well, just to show the difference of the size. Also the difference of the pocket clip. We have here again that distance that we can grab the handle a bit better out of the pocket. This one is completely in the pocket. Yeah, all in all, it's hard to say if it's worth it for you to buy that knife or not. That switchblade variation is relative expensive if you're not gonna get a used one or a deal, compared to the manual folder variations or the assistant opener. The assistant opener variation is a different variety that is made in China, as best as I see. So those on the table here are made in USA. That is a different approach on that side. Yeah, that much about the switchblade variation, the automatic knife of the Gerber applegate line.